We begin with breaking news from the federal courthouse right here in Washington. 39-year-old Enrique Tarrio, once the top leader of the far-right extremist group, the Proud Boys, was just sentenced to 22 years in federal prison for orchestrating the failed plot to forcibly block the peaceful transfer of power following the 2020 presidential election. It is the longest sentence yet, stemming from the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol, but not as long as the 33 years requested by prosecutors. He begged the judge for mercy, saying, quote, "I'm not a political zealot," but he did not receive that mercy. CBS's Scott MacFarlane was inside the courthouse. He joins us now. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Nora. Enrique Tarrio was the highest-level January 6 defendant convicted of that highest-level charge, seditious conspiracy. Choking up, he apologized in court to the police and the other victims, but for the judge, that remorse was too little, too late. The man federal prosecutors called the leader of the conspiracy that led to the January 6th attacks, former Proud Boys leader Enrique Tarrio, stood in court today and asked the judge to show mercy, adding how sorry he was for the events that occurred that day. But Judge Timothy Kelly, who sentenced Tarrio to the longest jail sentence yet for any January 6 defendant, pointed to this text message Tarrio sent after the Capitol had been breached. "Proud of my boys and my country. Don't expletive leave."
The jury agreed with the government that he directed this, that he recruited the individuals who were in place and led the assault on the Capitol with the express intention of preventing the peaceful transfer of power.
Tarrio's attorneys sought leniency, arguing he wasn't at the Capitol that day, watching from a hotel in Baltimore. A prior arrest had banned him from traveling to D.C. But prosecutors laid out how Tarrio mobilized a group of 200 to march on the Capitol, posting that they would turn out in record numbers that day, and responding to President Trump's 2020 debate comment.
"Stand back and stand by."
Tarrio writing, "Standing by, sir." His Proud Boys co-defendants received sentences ranging from 10 to 18 years, one of whom, Dominic Pizzola, shouted "Trump won" in the courtroom moments after his sentencing ended.
And Scott MacFarlane is back with us from just outside the courthouse. This is the most severe sentence for the more than 1,100 who have been charged on that January 6th assault. You were inside the room. Tell us what happened.
I've been to hundreds of these hearings, Nora. Never seen a crowd this big inside and outside the courthouse for a January 6th case. Tarrio has a big following, supporters and detractors. And his mom spoke to the judge, asking for mercy and leniency. But the judge said, Nora, Tarrio was the ultimate leader of the attack.
All part of this sprawling Department of Justice investigation. Scott, thank you.